Hey, I'm Mason Bendewald here with Barry Ennis. He is a yogi and he's going to take us through a great little sun salutation series flow.
With some spice, too.
With some spicy flow. And he used to be a baseball player. I don't know how you go from baseball to yogi, but it's worked for you.
It really has. I had some very progressive coaches at the time. I've been doing it since I was 11.
That's crazy. All right, Barry, take it away.
Okay. So, coming from that athletic background, I like to take that into my yoga practice. And as an athlete, you're always challenging and pushing yourself. So I'm going to challenge and push you today as well. We're going to do some things that you don't normally see in a yoga practice, and that's one, to challenge you physically, but then two, it's also to challenge you mentally as well, because that translates into so much more than the physical. We're just going to start hands and knees, super simple. And we're going to sit down towards our left heel and swoop across to the right. I always like to start out with this because my low back gets super tight and this feels really good. It's like a massage getting started. So as we get going here, I just want you to pay attention to your breathing. We always hear about yogis talk about breathing, but while it's beneficial physically, it's also something that's always happening right now in this moment. And the more we pay attention to our breath, the more we're paying attention to what's happening right now, and that is extremely important for our yoga practice because it's so much more than what we do on the mat. Start to go in the other direction now. Now, your breath should match your movement. As you make your body smaller, should be exhaling. As we make our body bigger, should be inhaling. And this really helps us come into tune with our body and what's happening within it. Come all the way up, and then lift your knees up off the mat. Send your hips all the way back to your heels. From here, lift all the way up towards the ceiling. Try to touch it with your tailbone. Begin to roll through your spine one vertebrae at a time, like a ripple or a wave. This is going to be super important for what we're going to do a little bit later on. Spoiler alert. Drop your hips down and lift up through the top of your head. Exhale, tuck your chin, roll back one vertebrae at a time, all the way back into that little squat at the bottom. We're just going to start to move back and forth here. And as we start to do that, you're probably going to start to notice a burn or a shake in your body. I know I'm starting to feel it already in my shoulders. I can really feel my core shake as I lift my hips up. And when I practice, it's not so much about what I'm doing on the mat. It doesn't have to be perfect. What's most important is how I'm relating to what it is that I'm doing. I'll give you an example of why this is so important. Right now, my wife and I started an online business and we're super new to it. And it's really, really uncomfortable. But the only way to get better is to keep showing up despite the hate mail and keep trying, keep learning from what it is that you're doing. But you're only able to do that if you're aware of the feelings that you have, that you want to quit, that you want to give up, that you're honest with yourself about that. And then you make a new choice from there. And while I'm doing this on the mat, I'm practicing that right now. My arms are shaking, my core is shaking. I want to quit, I want to give up, but I want to get stronger at this. I want to get better at it. So I'm going to make a different choice other than what my mind is telling me to do, which is to keep showing up and keep breathing. I think that's more than enough. Take a look up at the front of the mat and step all the way up. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Just grab a hold of your elbows and gently rock yourself from side to side. Maybe there's a challenge that you're going through in your life right now that can be represented in the physical challenge of what you do on the mat here. release your hands, bend your knees, and slowly round all the way up. Roll your shoulders around a few times, because that just feels awesome. I'm getting myself mentally prepped right now because I know what's coming. And I want you to get yourself mentally prepped right now. We're going to come into something that's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be foreign and new, and that is a perfect opportunity to practice how you want to respond in situations that are like that. Not just yoga on the mat, but stuff with your family, at work. These are all areas where we find struggles often. Inhale, the arms come down, up and overhead. Exhale, we dive over and down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, step all the way back. Now you can lower down to your knees as a modification here, but we're gonna do 1 push-up. So lower down in one straight line, shoulders down away from the ears. Don't wear them like earrings. Inhale, swoop forward. Exhale, tuck the chin, turn the toes under, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. You can bend one knee and straighten the opposite leg here. I really had to practice yoga about 10 years ago. I went through a lot of struggles with my family, actually. I got cut off from not living the way that they wanted me to. And every single day, I had to practice showing up, especially when things were hard. And I had to make a choice in every moment of how I wanted to respond to those days where I just didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to react to people. I didn't want to interact with people. I had to feel what I was feeling deeply and then choose what I wanted to do in response. And I want you to do the same as we begin this flow right here. Feel what you're feeling, as hard as it may be, and then choose how you want to respond. So we inhale the right leg up. As you exhale, it's like we roll through the spine the same way, except one leg is off the ground this time. At the very front of the mat, pivot on your back foot, lift your left hand up, send your right leg through. Set it down as a kickstand, and lift your hips all the way up. Lower down. Engage your core, pull the knee back in, return the hand, extend all the way back up again. Let's do it again. Exhale, pull that knee in. Now, it does not matter what you think you should be able to do or what you'd like to be able to do right here. All that matters is that you do your best, you show up, you feel what you're feeling, you feel the challenge, and you practice how you want to respond to it. And most importantly, you stay with your breath because that keeps you rooted to everything you're feeling and experiencing right now. And I am feeling a lot of burn in my shoulders and my core. My mind is telling me to stop and take a break. And I'm sure yours is too. But I recognize that by staying with this, my shoulders and my core are going to get stronger. I'm going to know that my limits are a lot further than I think they are. Awesome. Set that foot down. And here we go. We've got the other side to do. To me, when we have to do the other side, it feels like one of those mornings where you just don't want to get out of bed. And you want to shut off the sun and hide away from all the challenges and the hard stuff that's waiting for you in the day ahead. You know you have to do it, but you really prefer not to. How do you respond in that situation? How can we teach ourselves right now how to contact those hard mornings a little differently? Pull the knee in. Find strength in your core. It's all about the pivot on the back foot to help you find balance between the right leg and the left arm. The left leg is a good kickstand as we lift up and come back down. I don't know how many I did on the other side, but it felt like a million. So we have a million more on this side. And then we'll take a little break. Inhale out. You ever have any of those mornings, Mason?
Oh my gosh. I had one this morning. I literally was like,
Really?
I do not want to get up. I was excited to have you here, but
Yeah.
I was challenged to get out of bed. I know what you're talking about.
It's real. I've been experiencing that a lot recently, but I've been practicing yoga so much, not the physical part, but the mental part, that I know that if I just show up and do my best, that's all I can control. And I think we try to control so much more than we actually can.
You know? I do. I know that.
One more time. All I can control is my attitude and my effort. That's it. You gotta surrender to everything else. Come all the way up. Excellent. Set that knee down. Inhale, hands and knees. Oh man. Exhale back to child's pose.
I love that flow. I can't wait to do that, man.
I love it because it feels so athletic and I'm really getting into my body. I'm feeling all these different muscles that I'm working. That's a great workout. It's hard to master, but you gotta stick with it. Just keep showing up every time.
Is that it?
We'll do a little bit more.
Okay.
I just gotta give us a break.
Gotcha.
Because, or maybe it's just me. I need a break. Here we go. Come forward to hands and knees. Exhale back to downward facing dog. And let's put this together a little bit more into our traditional sun salutation, which is a little more familiar. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, dive right back over again. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Step both feet all the way back. Lower yourself down. Come to the tops of the feet, swoop forward. Exhale, all the way back. Let's start on the right leg. Inhale the right leg up. It's the same movement. So we pull the knee in towards the forehead, pivot on the back foot, kick it through, lift the hips up as high as we can. Come back down, pull the knee in. Now check this out. We're gonna open up the hips so much that we can begin to lift our right fingertips up off the mat. Now your right foot's a lot closer to the ground than you think, so just go ahead and flip over. Ease your hips down, it's just the same movement. Lift up, exhale back down. Now give yourself a lot of momentum here. As you flip over, pull the knee in, set the foot down up between the hands. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, hinge from your waist, reach through the top of your head. Inhale, windmill the arms up and around. Find your warrior two. And then from here, slide your left hand down your back leg. Reach through the right fingertips. Exhale, windmill both hands down to the mat. Find some strength in your core. Hop your left foot up a little bit closer, and then see if you can lift that left foot and your hands off of the mat. Reach to the top of your head. Reach to your toes. Breathe. I feel this shake in my leg. I'm not trying to push that feeling away. A lot of the time we feel like being strong means we shouldn't feel things like that. Whoops. Or being perfect means we don't fall over. But to me, it's just about being mindful and choosing a powerful response to whatever it is. Falling over, legs shaking. Inhale up. Exhale back. Mason, we were just talking about how years ago, looking at movie stars, always assumed they had a perfect life. I think Instagram's the same thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Really making it hard for people to accept anything other than what's perfect. And I think it makes it harder to get up every day when you know it's not going to be perfect. But hopefully, through our yoga practice, can learn to embrace our mistakes and what's imperfect again. Lift all the way up. Flip over. Pull that knee in. Set the foot down. Find your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, windmill around. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, both hands come down. Find your balance here. Hop that right foot up a little bit closer. Let's just find the space to notice how the left side feels compared to the right. I'm going to fall again. I'm going to come right back up again. Lower down. I think my legs are so tired because I did about 3 hours of yoga yesterday. But I'm just going to show up the best way I can today. Release all the way back to child's pose. Take a few breaths. And take yourself back to whatever challenge you're facing in your life right now. What did you teach yourself about yourself on the mat today that you can bring into that challenge or that struggle? That's what yoga is really all about.
Barry Ennis, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, brother. Awesome having you here.
Thank you. Are you guys sweating as much as I am?
Hey, there's your towel.
Thank
Bam.
you.
Have a great day.
You too.